this video is about the humble 40-40 joint, just a real quick one. So you probably think there's not much to this, but there are a couple of things to know. So attaching this to the profile, there is a correct orientation. So if this is the piece that is not moving, okay, because typically obviously with a joint you've got something that isn't moving and then something that you do want to move. What you want is for it to be positioned like this, where the bit that isn't moving is on top. The alternative is to have it like this, and then, but the problem is these are susceptible to sagging because they overlap like this. So typically, unless that's the desired effect, you don't want that. You want that. Okay. Attaching these is really simple. I've already got a T-slot nut right down there, and then it's just a case of putting a bolt through there into the T-slot nut and doing it up, and you can get any kind of position you want like that. It doesn't have to be at 90 degrees to the profile. Now if you are going for 90 degrees to the profile, which to be honest most applications are, whether it's like this for a horizontal movement or this for more of a vertical movement, you can and probably should use these. So you get 4 of these, and they're called split joints, and one's got an 8 on it and one's got a 10 on it. I don't know if you can make out the number there. So 10 and an 8. Now what these are designed to do is go down into these slots. So this is a 8mm slot, so the 8 goes down into the slot like so, and the 10 just sits a little bit proud, and then they go into here. Okay, and it might feel to begin with that you're not getting a really good solid fit on that, and it's really difficult to kind of get it to lay flat. That's because these work with an interference fit with this, so that's exactly as designed. So to get a better fit, it actually forces you to so if you notice there's still a little bit of movement there, but as soon as I tighten this up, see absolutely no movement, because the pressure of me tightening the screw down has meant that the interference fit has worked, and you'll need a huge amount of force to get any rotation on that. Okay, now obviously, like I said, if you're going for something that's not a right angle to this profile, you won't be able to use the split joints, but use them when you can, because they give you a really solid fit. So this one I've obviously put into the more vertical position, and that might be exactly what you're looking for. In some circumstances you might actually need or want to set a specific angle, or you just may want this to be a lot stiffer, because as you can see here there's virtually no resistance, and there is a trick to that. You can't tighten these up any more than they really come out of the box. So, but there is a trick. If you disassemble this, you'll notice that this little shim comes out, and that sits on top of the bolt like that, and it actually stops it from locking like a traditional bolt and nut. So now if you reattach this, without the shim. Let's just set an angle that we'd like. You see that? It's not going anywhere. I've only done one side, and it's going to take a huge amount of force to budge that. And obviously you can do the other side because they both have shims. So take these out and you'll get a solid fit. Obviously the downside is that you're going to have to unscrew them if you want to adjust this, but obviously you don't have to have it completely tight. So if you want some movement, just slacken it off a little bit and you'll get some movement. And that's it. The 40-40 joint